What good is all your language learning practice if you don't make friends along the way? And if you don't have some fun? Language learning, it takes many, 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 many years of dedication, and you don't want to get to the end of your journey and realize that you're alone and you haven't practiced speaking with anybody. Conversations, that's where the rubber meets the road. Don't forget to make socialization. Don't forget to make new connections along the way. That needs to be a part of your language learning journey. To have fun along the way, to have great conversations and make great memories along the way, that's a big part of the way I do things. And I'm showing you that right here on my YouTube channel. If you need inspiration and motivation as you go along on your language learning journey, you can tune in right here, because I want to provide you with some of that. Now, I'm from America, but I moved to China in 2011, and I've been in this country ever since. I'm married to a Chinese woman. We have 2 kids. We want to raise them to be bilingual in Mandarin Chinese and English. And I share with my kids, with young students, with friends, neighbors, with everybody I meet. I share them my way of being, my energy, the way that I approach learning in general, but specifically language learning. So I recommend to people that you get into books, get into games, and most importantly, get into friendships. Make conversations with the people who live in your communities, get to know your neighbors. I think there's been a horrible breakdown in the fabric of our societies in the recent 5, 10, 15 years, which coincides with the rise of technology and AI, the smartphones. We're sort of hyper connected in terms of being able to message anybody anytime, but the depth of human relationships, the authenticity of our relationships has really deteriorated, and I think that's a bad thing for the globe. So let's get back to language learning and conversation the way it should be, with the people who are around us in our real physical presence. Let's nurture those relationships. So for me, one of the big things that I like to do is game with people. I game with friends and family, but I also game online with people from around the world. And the way that I game online, it's not like what a lot of people nowadays I think would think of gaming. It's not like me sitting on my screen and doing like a shooter game with a microphone and chatting with other friends and shooting up other players. I mean, that's different, right? What I like to do is try to translate as best as possible what happens on a tabletop to the computer screen. So when we play online with people, we have virtual tabletop and cards. And this allows us a slower pace so we can really socialize and get to know each other, have tangential conversations. There's not that pressure of doing an active game where we're trying to achieve, a win in the game in a short span of time, or get a high level of points or whatever, or destroy the enemy. It's a different vibe. It's card game or board game style translated for the computer screen or the tablet, whatever you happen to be on. So I think this way is a good substitute. If you can't meet people in person to socialize with them and game around the table, then you can arrange a virtual language exchange or organize a game using a virtual tabletop. You can play some card games or something like that. So that's what we're doing, and I want to welcome you to come out and join us. We're playing the virtual version of this game every Saturday. This is Heading into Language Land. It's a card game that I designed as a language learner for other language learners. It's full of exciting topics to speak about in your target language, whatever that target language may be. Now, somebody left a comment on one of my videos recently and they said, odd, that it seems like you have to know so much about your target language before you have to play this game. Well, yes and no. I mean, if you already know a lot about your target language, that's going to help you just jump into this game and take off. But if you're a beginner in your target language, you can still learn too, because again, the nature of these gaming groups that we've set up, they're very convivial, very positive, very cooperative. We often have high-level speakers or native-level speakers of the target language in the room to help teach us and guide us. So if you're having a little trouble thinking of something to say about the topics that come up, help is on the way. Help is readily available, in fact. We want everybody to learn together. We like mixed age, mixed ability, mixed background groups. We feel that makes the gaming environment really rich. In fact, if you're able to help somebody get an idea or help somebody else to level up in some way, that makes you better as a teacher and a guide. So everybody has something to contribute. Everybody has something to gain from our gaming events. I've welcomed people to join us before that don't know a thing beyond how to say hello in their target language. And the reason is because I want them to start making friends right away, feel inspired right away. And they can even, like if you can't even say more than a few words in your target language, you can tell us what you would like to try to say. For example, if you have the topic sports or food, you can say, well, I like this sport or I like this food. How do I say it in my target language? And you're going to get some help and you're going to be able to take an action in the game. You see? So our groups, we like learning in mixed groups and we try to help everybody to succeed. Our teachers in these rooms and our more experienced players in these rooms, they are very skilled at helping people no matter what level that they're at. And for you all who think you are experts, you're going to have something to learn too. So many of our higher level speakers actually sometimes trip up a little bit and need a little help from the native speaking teacher. Okay, so nobody is immune. Everybody has something that they can improve. To learn more or sign up to play, you can visit languagecardgames.com. That's my HQ, languagecardgames.com. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel for regular motivation on language learning and also personal development in general. And I hope to see you back here in the next one. Bye-bye for now.